The light keeps going in and out because this weather is so bipolar today. Why is it so bright? Okay, that looks a lot better. What's up guys, it's Jeremy here and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I haven't done this before actually. I recently got this new MacBook and it has been a blessing because I've upgraded from my 2015 MacBook Pro. So yeah, I'm basically going to be showing you what's on my MacBook Pro and how I use it as a content creator, how I customize it to my liking, what apps I use for productivity or just for my content creation type of stuff. Basically everything that I can show you guys, and I hope you guys find it insightful. Hopefully the apps that I show you guys or my customization will inspire you somehow to maybe tackle on it or download it as well. So if you like this type of video, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and if you're new, make sure to subscribe because I do make videos every Monday and Friday, and you might as well click the notification bell so you get notified whenever I post a video. Without further ado, let's get started. I'm gonna first start off with the specs of my laptop. So this bad boy right here is the 13-inch MacBook Pro Space Gray with the M1 chip. Very slick and the perfect size for me. I did not want to get the 16-inch one. I was very much heavily considering it, but I realized that I'm okay with the 13-inch because I feel like 16-inch is a little too big, and I usually go to cafes a lot, and usually cafes have small tables, so I'm just like, So this has 16 gigabytes of RAM because I edit a lot. I use a lot of Adobe software, and this also has the 1 terabyte storage, I think. So as far as accessories goes, I don't have a case as you can see, but I probably will be buying like a clear one. I just like the color and I don't want to hide it, but I guess if I do find like a case that I actually like, then maybe I'll purchase it, but for now it is just naked. I'm quite careful with my laptop anyway. But as far as the gadgets around my MacBook, I do have this stand right here that I just got from Amazon, and this has been so helpful. It just puts my laptop eyesight level, which lessens the stress on my neck, so I don't have to always look down. I can just like be in the eye level, if that makes sense. Very sturdy, and it actually came with the phone stand as well, and I think it's like metal, as you can see. Can you hear that? I will be linking everything I mentioned down below in the description, so if you're interested in buying them, go click the link in the description. I also have a hyperdrive that I got from Best Buy. This one is kind of pricey, but it has everything that I need. It has the HDMI import, 2 USB-Cs, micro SD and SD card, and then 2 normal USB. And then I have the Magic Mouse and the Magic Keyboard, and that's basically it. By the way, if you guys want me to do like a little a desk tour, let me know. I can definitely show you what's on here, my little workspace. Alright, so I'm gonna make myself very small right now, so Jeremy, go edit that right now. And here we are. So this is my very bland looking desktop wallpaper. I don't know about you guys, but I like to be very minimal as far as like my workspace because clutter just makes me very like, so I like to keep things clean, minimal, and really only utilize apps that I need. But anyway, my desktop wallpaper is just a cream color. It's not actually white, and I also only have 3 folders right here. I will show you guys how I go about like changing the folder icons, but basically I have a content folder, and when you open that, I just have 3 other folders or subfolders within it, and I didn't bother to like change these because they're not really seen, so I was fine with that. But I have miscellaneous, photos, and then videos, and if I were to go to videos, then I have more miscellaneous, reels and TikToks, YouTube videos, and then for photos, I just have my photos here, and that's just how I kind of like organize my folders, and then there's subfolders just so it's all organized. Like I said, I feel like I'm gonna be saying organized in this freaking video a lot. The next one is music, and I only have 2 folders right here. Hello Thematic, which are like the songs that I use, and the website that I use for my YouTube videos. So if you guys want to check them out, hellothematic.com. They are amazing, they are free, you just have to credit the rightful owner. And then I have sound effects. I think I only have 1 right here, just the blooper beep, and I'm probably gonna be adding more since I just got this new laptop. I don't have like a lot of things here just yet. And then lastly, I just have a specific folder just for YouTube because I don't like to go to content, go to videos, and then blah 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 blah. And since I edit a lot of videos, I thought I should just make a separate folder just for YouTube itself. And then I just have my Instagram showcase video here, an iPhone PNG template, my lower thirds, a white freaking wallpaper. I don't know why I have that, but then I also have my YouTube intro and YouTube outro. So now let's talk about how I created these little icons. Like, you guys are probably wondering, how did you do that? But basically, I got these little pots of flowers or plants from Canva. All you really need is a PNG file of an icon that you want, and basically a PNG file has a transparent background if you didn't know, so just have those. Let me just open my recents right here. So let's say I want to change the content icon to this, or actually let me just make a new folder. So I'm gonna make a new folder here, and as you can see, it's the basic United untitled folder, which is just blue. So once you have your PNG picture, just open that up, and all you want to do is press Command A to select all of it, and then Command C to then copy it, and then you can close that. And I'm just gonna close this as well. And now you want to go to that folder that you want to change the icon to, and right click and then go to Get Info, and then click this little folder right here and simply press Command V, and that should change the folder like so. So as far as the top right corner of my MacBook, I really only use this one right here for my Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, AirDrop, and stuff like that, and also the notification center, which I also curated to my liking. Usually they have like the news app here and the other things, but I just put the ones that I actually need, which is like the weather, the reminders app, the screen time, and also the stocks, just so I can see how that's going, because I do invest in stock. And that is pretty much it on that. And as far as like my color customization for my actual MacBook Pro, as you can see, it's green right now, and it's usually not like that. It's usually like the default blue. And if you do want to change that, one way to go I can't freaking talk today. One way to go about that is going to System Preferences and then just go to General, and you can change the accent color right here to blue, purple, pink, but I like to have the green because I like my plants, as you can freaking tell. And you can actually also switch it to dark mode, which I like, but I tend to like the light version just because it's more inviting. At nighttime, sometimes I switch it to the dark mode, but yeah. And so now I want to talk about my screensavers. So my screensaver, if you go here, I'm just gonna pull it up actually. So if I go to my screensaver area, this is my screensaver right here. This is the Padbury clock. I like this one because it's very minimal. I used to have the other one. I forgot what it was called. It was like Tigio or something like that. I'm probably butchering the freaking name, but I decided to go for the Padbury clock just because it's more minimal and I like how thin it is. But I also have hot corners installed to where basically if I hover my cursor to the bottom right here, it starts the screensaver. So let's say I go like this, then it goes to the screensaver, which I really like, because I don't like to have to wait for like 5 minutes for it to then go to the screensaver. Alright, so as far as my dock goes, I like to have it not too zoomed when I like hover over it, just because I feel like it's so loud if it's so big, but that's just my preference. But I like to be very minimal, like I said, and I only really have the apps that I actually use. Most of it are gonna be just in the Launchpad. I freaking swear I cannot talk today. Launchpad, I'm sorry, but yeah, I just have the actual apps here, but in my dock, I just have the ones that I really need. So I have Finder, the Launchpad, oh my freaking god, I literally can't talk today. What the hell? System Preferences, and then I have Google, Notion, which I will go dive in later on. This is an app that I recommend to everyone, but I'll go on it later on. Then I have my Spotify, Messages, Premiere Pro, Media Encoder, Photoshop, Lightroom Classic, and this is actually not here, but since I'm using it to screen record, it's there. And then I have my trash. So this is my Google right here, and I fully customize my Google as well to my liking, just because that's how I like it. But I also like to keep things very minimal on my Google browser, because like I said, if it's too much clutter, then I get very paranoid and like, but this is essentially how I do it. So I changed the color of my Google to this color, which is green, and if you want to change that, you can just go to the pencil icon right here, and you can actually change the color by going to color and theme, and then I changed it to the green and white one. And if you want to change the background, which I did this background that I created on Canva, so yeah. But then I have my bookmarks right here separated into 4 folders. I have socials, works, personal, and miscellaneous. For my socials, I just have the apps or websites that I use a lot. I have Gmail here, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and then Audible. But I guess shameless plug, if you want to follow me on Instagram, go follow me if you want. I have content there that you can watch, that you can check out. So yeah, at I'm Clyde, follow me if you want. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the socials. And if we go to work, we have your Notion, Squarespace, Dropbox, Simple Invoice, Stripe, Canva, later Trello, Shopify, and Zendrop. I'm gonna explain each of those later on. And then I also have personal right here, my rent for my landlord, and then PG&E for my gas and electricity, and then my car, Mini USA. And then I also have a miscellaneous one right here, and this was basically the screensaver that I showed you guys earlier. but this is probably going to be increasing as I use my laptop more, so I just have a designated folder for just like random things that I want to have. But anyway, let's go to work. This is Notion. I also have this app right here on the desktop, which I really freaking love. So basically, if you don't know, Notion is essentially like an all-in-one encompassing thing to have your to-do list, your calendar, or anything that you really want to put. And I've always been wanting to find an app just like this where it has everything, because like I've been telling you guys, I hate having clutter, I hate having multiple different things. So to be able to just have one app that does exactly that, like have my to-do list, my content ideas, my calendar, my weekly agenda, it is such a lifesaver. So I highly recommend that if you're into that. I'm just gonna be showing you guys briefly what it is, but this one right here is like my little morning routine. I don't even really use it, but I just like to have it. If you want to see that, it just basically says good morning, today is a productive and happy day, and I basically check these off when I finish them. So when I wake up in the morning, I usually say my gratitude, make coffee, listen to an audiobook as I drink my coffee, and then I meditate afterwards, and then I journal, and then I check my emails. And usually once I'm done with those, I just like to click these because it kind of just gives me like a boost of like, ooh, I finished something that I have to do, and it just kind of propels me in a better mindset. So I just like to have that. And then I have my calendar right here, and if I were to scroll down, it just kind of shows me everything that I have to do, and it's also very organized. You can add colors, you can add comments within it. So for example, if I want to have something for the 24th of May, which has already passed, basically you can add an icon. I don't know why it's doing a hockey, but let's say I want to do this one, whatever, and we're gonna go to Alaska. Oh my god, I can't spell. There you go, Alaska. And then you can add tags as well. The ones that I have is YouTube, TikTok, and IG, and SMM. And you can actually also add properties, which can be multiple. You can add text, numbers, a select method thing, a multi-select. This is the one that I use a lot because I just like it. And then you can add a date, a person, you can even add files and media, checkbox, URLs, emails, phone. Honestly, they have everything, and I just love this thing so much. You can really customize it to your liking to the point where you can create your own workflow that works for you. But alongside my calendar, I also have like a weekly to-do view, and I basically just put everything here that I need to do. But basically what I put here are things that I don't necessarily need to put on my calendar, but just like little reminders that I need. And once I'm done with things, I actually just like delete them. I haven't deleted this yet, but I'm just gonna delete it just so it's clean. And I also have a little notes thing that says pay parking ticket, a boy get a freaking parking ticket. Oh my god. And that's basically it for my weekly to do. And then I also have a content idea list, or actually I'm gonna click on it, but I'm just gonna blur it. But basically I created those little property thing, the multi-select one, that says either script needed, in progress, and done. Just so they are all like organized and all that stuff. And let's say I have a new one, like let's say what's in my MacBook Pro. Let's say I have that. You can basically write your script here, for example, like script. Hi guys, this is Jeremy, blah 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 blah. So that's where I tend to write my script, all in this like folder. And if I have a due date for it, then I create this date right here, and then which social media it is. I use YouTube, and if I have any files that I want to import in that video, then I will put them here. And then status, it will be in progress. And you can add more properties if you want to, like I said, the ones that I showed you guys. But yeah, that's essentially how I go about my content ideas list on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. And then I have my journal entries right here. I'm probably also going to be blurring this out, but I have a physical journal, but then I also have a digital journal, which is just mainly for this challenge that I'm doing. It's like a 30-day meditation challenge where I basically record prior to meditation and then after the meditation, and just kind of record how I feel. And then I have my money plan. I have my folders right here for income and expenses. I'm gonna open this thing, but I'm probably gonna be blurring it out. But these are all my expenses, and I just like to keep them organized. As you can see, I have categories right here that says primary bill, secondary bill, and expenses. And payment type, I only have two payment types that I use, which is my debit card right here, and everything else is my credit card, because I use my credit card to pay most of my expenses, and then at the end of the month I use what I have on my debit card to pay it off, if that makes sense. And my credit score is doing pretty good, so yeah, if you want me to make a video about that, like just techniques on how to build your credit score, let me know and I'll make that video for you guys. And my setup for income is basically the same, so I'm just not even gonna open that, but that is Notion for you. So then we have Squarespace, and Squarespace is where I make my website. So I taught myself how to code, and I taught myself how to build stuff from Squarespace, and this I built myself. And this is basically a personal website that I share to brands if I want to work with them. It's kind of just like my extra media kit, if that makes sense, and it just shows more as far as who I am as a content creator. But then I have a homepage right here, and if they want to work with me, they can just click on this one right here, or I also have like a button actually that says work with me up here. But I basically just have my select past partnerships that I like to share so they can view it, and it puts everything in one place for you. So if you guys want me to make a tutorial on how to make your personal website through Squarespace, let me know. I can definitely make the tutorial for you. It's probably going to be very lengthy because it has a lot, because there are a lot of things that goes into like creating a website and coding and all that stuff if you really want to tailor it to your liking. But that's my personal website, and on my Dropbox, I'm not gonna open it because it does have files that I don't want to show you guys, but I'm pretty sure you guys know what Dropbox is, and I just use it for files and videos that I send to brands, clients, all that stuff. And then I have Simple Invoice, which I invoice either brands or clients, and then Stripe, where I basically collect my money. That's just like the hub for it. And then Canva, I'm sure you guys know what Canva is. Like it says on here, you can design anything from presentation, social media, video, print products, marketing, blah, 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 blah. It has everything. So if you haven't checked Canva yet, go check it out. My next one is Later, and I use Later to schedule my Instagram post if I have to. For example, like for my brand sponsorships post and I don't want to miss the deadlines, I like to schedule it. And I actually also use it for my clients, but I'm not going to be opening Later and Trello because this is mainly for my clients. I do social media management for a few clients, so that's also a source of income that I have aside from me being a content creator. And then I also have Shopify and Zendrop. I'm just really trying to learn how to set up e-commerce websites just for clients in general, and so I'm learning that. And then Zendrop, which I'm not gonna dive into, is basically like AliExpress, if that makes sense. AliExpress is basically where you can order stuff cheaply, if that makes sense. So yeah, and I'm not gonna dive in on the Rent and PG&E and Mini USA because that's just my personal stuff. Alright, so moving on to the extensions that I use for Google. I don't have a lot actually. I just use a few that I think I need, and I'm probably gonna be adding more as time goes by. But right now, the ones that I have is just Adblock because I freaking hate ads, and then I have Facebook Pixel Helper. If you guys don't know what that is, it's basically a Facebook pixel is the way to track a website's engagement, if that makes sense, like who goes in, who goes out, their bounce rates, blah blah blah. And I also have Grammarly, and I just like to have Grammarly because when I type my email, sometimes I might have like a grammar error, and it's just embarrassing if I do that, and I want to appear professional, and so I just have that there. And then I have another Notion here for the web clipper. So Adblock only really does like ads, but then it doesn't do pop-up, so I have to install this different one. And then I also have my United Airlines mileage shopping button, and when I shop online, sometimes the stores that I shop at offers like some miles bonuses. I do have a United card that I use to gain miles so I can fly for free essentially. So that is pretty much it for Google. I don't have Safari here because I like Google, and Google is my main browser. That's just my personal preference. I've always been drawn to Google, so yeah. The next one on here is Spotify, and it's basically right here. I'm currently listening to ITZY's new song in the morning. I freaking love them. They're a K-pop group. But anyways, these are all my playlists right here. This is the one that I have public, so if you want to listen to it, feel free to follow this. My account is Clyde, so you can follow this playlist if you want to, but it has 220 songs, 13 hours, 29 minutes, and a few likes. I guess people like actually listen to this. But yeah, this is like my playlist for Feel at Ease. And then I have my guilty pleasure, like from radio, my study work music that I use a lot. And then for when I do my walks around my neighborhood, I like to listen to these songs. I really like Letting Go. This is my favorite one to listen to. So if you want to check that out, go check it out. Letting Go by Ambrose. I still don't know how to say his name. And then I have house music because I sometimes like house music. And then Taiko, Deep House, Just a Vibe one, and then my oldies because I love my oldies. I think this one is public as well, so feel free to follow it. Yeah, I just have like all my oldies there, and then my gym songs, and then my K-pop songs that I listen to. And I have my messages here. I'm not gonna open it. And then I have Premiere Pro, which I use to edit this freaking video, or basically any types of videos. I'm just gonna open this real quick so I can quickly show you guys what it has. But I have been using Premiere Pro for a long while, like maybe even over 7 years. Not gonna lie, if you're just looking for a one-time purchase, definitely go for Final Cut Pro because it's a lot cheaper, because with the Adobe software, it's a monthly installment payment, but I still think it's worth it. And if you're a student, you can actually get the student discount where you get everything for I think $19.99 a month, so it's not too bad. I only have one project at the moment because like I said, I literally just bought this laptop. If I open this, it's probably gonna say offline because I don't have my hard drive with me. As you can see, it looks so freaking ugly right now because it's just like a bunch of red with all of the offline media, but essentially that's how it goes. And then I have Media Encoder. Media Encoder is such a helpful tool, especially if you edit a lot of videos in one day and you still want to be able to edit videos as you're exporting the other. Basically what Adobe Media Encoder does is that when you're ready to export a video, you can just put it in a queue, and instead of waiting for that video to get exported, you can actually keep continuing to edit a new video. So as long as you just put it into the queue for the Adobe Media Encoder, then you can edit more videos. And then I have Photoshop, which I use from time to time. I use Canva now for most of my graphics, but I just like to have Adobe Photoshop just to have it, just in case I do need to have like actual higher quality graphics that I have to make. And then I have Lightroom Classic that I use for editing my photos for Instagram. I don't use it for all of my photos on Instagram, but sometimes I do like to use it for like photo shoots that I do for my friends. So I just have that there, and I'm not really gonna bother opening it because it's blank at the moment, because like I said, this is a new laptop and I haven't imported pictures there yet. But anyways guys, that is pretty much it on what's on my MacBook Pro. It's very minimal, it's very not too much things, not a lot of apps, not a lot of software, but really I only wanted to show you guys what I actually use truly. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you like this video, give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below what apps you like to use on your MacBook Pro. I would love to know, just in case I may want to download it as well. Let's start a conversation down below with that. That would be really amazing. If you're new to my channel and you still haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe because I do make videos every Monday and Friday. But other than that, I will see you guys on my next video.